Tired of being a fucking real estate investor. So decided to commit myself to this rap
Yeah,
thing.
why you so feisty today?
See where it goes.
Why you so
8 floors stuck on Wood 16. Might be like, this can't be right, this can't be life. I really need to change my perspective, look in a new direction. Be thankful for my progression, show appreciation for my blessings. 8 floors stuck on Wood 16. Might be like, this can't be right, this can't be life. I really need to change my perspective, look in a new direction. Be thankful for my progression, show appreciation for my blessings. Man, how the hell it get to this? Got what I wanted, now I'm only wanting some different shit. But look, this time it's different shit. I don't like what got me here.
That's a good peanut.
It's the reflection. He's so scared. He hates his reflection.
Peanut hates his reflection. Do you hate what you see in the mirror? That's okay. I think you're beautiful.
But that's what helped me get this shit. Man.
What is going on, steppers? So I'm back from the run, you know what I'm saying? Did a nice run, nice workout, got a shower, you know what I'm saying? Got a little fresh, you know what I'm saying? You see how I'm looking, you see how I'm living. I eat some great food, been right here making some cold calls for a second, catching up, you know what I'm saying? Doing some editing, just out here staying in motion, as always, man, staying in motion. But anyway, here we are. So as I told you guys earlier, I'm just gonna come back and do some more follow-ups. So one follow-up that I'm gonna do is that one I told you dude had like 3 properties. I spoke to him on Friday. Also, I had a great weekend too. I didn't talk to you about that. I had a great weekend. Had a little barbecue with the fam. Had a little cousin had a little birthday party. Just a great time overall. It was a great weekend. Nice spending time. Like I said, it's just nice being around family, seeing family. So great weekend, catching up, talking to people. Man, it was a good time this weekend. This being said though, when it comes to this right here, what I'm doing, looking at my computer, going to go ahead and follow up. So I have not heard back from anybody regarding that 2 family that, you know, we're looking to go ahead and sell. So I'm going to go ahead and call the realtor. Remember I told you guys, stay in line with calling these realtors, but I'm all in on getting this property moved. Like I want to get the property moved today. So it's, you know, a couple hours left in the day, but hey, perfect time to make something happen if you ask me. So anyway, perfect time to make something happen. I'll add the thing. I talked to y'all about Chris and me actually just going ahead and sending that property to Chris. That was a great decision just within myself. It felt good, man. Like I said, rather work with him. He always gives game. Anytime I send him over something, it's always applicable to the situation. And also, we just got a great, you know, relationship a little bit beyond business. Although it's centered around business, a little bit beyond it. And I appreciate that. Another thing is, what else am I doing? The realtor, and I'm gonna call the guy about these 3 properties. I told y'all there was somebody that had 3 properties they were looking to sell in a package deal. He said he was gonna call me back. This was Friday. I could give it until tomorrow. I haven't heard back from my one guy with that multifamily yet either. I let that be. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that be. That's something where he gonna have to follow up with me, or either that, or I'm gonna have to call him like a month from now, or like just a few weeks from now. You can't hound him too much, right? So this being said, another thing is, yeah, these three properties. So I'm gonna call him first, and I spoke with our other guy. I ended up sending him a text, the one that said he'd call me back in like 45 minutes to an hour for that one property. I sent him a text, just said like, hey, just was calling to see if you had a chance to, you know, just was calling to see if you, what did I say? I said, hey, blank, I was just calling earlier to see if you had any questions regarding the purchase agreement. Talk soon, thank you. So that was at earlier this morning. Haven't heard back from him. The contract, I don't know why I'm yawning when I talk a lot. So the contract expires. The contract expires at 6 o'clock today. Yeah, 6 o'clock today. So a few hours from now, and we'll see if you get back to me. The contract expiry isn't really that big of a thing, but ideally you'd like him to go ahead and sign it or get back to me prior to the contract expiring. Right now he hasn't even looked at the contract. I'm able to see that, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. Lastly, what am I thinking about? Let's go ahead and make these calls. Yeah, let's go ahead and make these calls. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the call first to the guy with the 3 properties. This was Friday, remember? So I'm gonna go ahead and call him right now, see what's popping off. Just follow up, see if we can go ahead and get this scheduled for this week or get some more details or, you know what I'm saying, something. See if you got a price range, something. We're going to figure it out. Let's get to it. Hey, Robert, it's D'Angelo. Just touching bases with you. Is now a good time?
Sure.
Yes, sir. We had spoke on Friday regarding the properties on I wanted to see if there was maybe something where we could schedule a walkthrough, or maybe you can give us a price range that you're looking at. That way we can, figure out the numbers on the properties.
Well, I see what Zillow is. Right now, I just want to do the house on,
Gotcha.
or if not a Zillow number, then I can have it appraised.
Okay.
See what that turns up.
Right. Okay.
You look at it if you want. You can look at it if you want and make an offer. It's up to you.
Right. Right. Okay. So, right now, are you looking to get what Zillow has it appraised at for the property?
Well, when you pull it up on Zillow, they give a number,
Mm-hmm.
and and look it up.
Right. Right. I got you. So I'm looking on Zillow. I see they have it here at $78,700 for the property. And that's usually when you go ahead and list it. For us, we like to pay cash for the off-market properties. So would you consider lower than that amount?
Well, a little lower, not a lot lower.
Right. Right. I respect that.
But before we get into that, you should probably look at it first,
Exactly.
right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. That'll be.
Call me Wednesday or Thursday morning, and we'll set up a time to look at it.
Gotcha. Okay. How does
If you want.
Yeah, Wednesday should work. Right now I'm looking at my schedule. I have Wednesday at 11 a.m. Can I give you a call at that time?
Call me Wednesday in the morning, and then we'll set up a time.
Perfect. So I'll give you a call Wednesday at 11 a.m. How does that sound?
All right.
Perfect. I appreciate your time. You have a good one.
Bye.
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 So right there, guys, he has 3 properties. The one property he wants to sell first, that's the vacant property. And he says, looking at Zillow, I like to go ahead and just set expectations, right? So I ain't gonna hold you up. That's why I kind of was like, look, this is what Zillow says. Are you setting less than that or you want more? So you're like, well, I want you to look at it first and then we can go from there. I respect that, right? So the reason why I went ahead and said exactly what Zillow says is because if he would have told me I want exactly what Zillow says, like, you can judge how negotiable somebody is. He seems pretty reasonable, just from the standpoint of wanting me to look at it first and just being able to, want me to look at it first for one, and then also wanting me to, not saying like, I want what Zillow says. Like, you heard what he said. He was like, well, around there, you know what I'm saying? Cool dude, older guy, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that about him. So him being able to say that lets me know that he's workable, he's negotiable. So I'm gonna go ahead and call him Wednesday at 11 a.m. just to set up the appointment, and we'll set it up faithfully maybe later on the day on Wednesday or maybe Thursday, right? So that's a good that's a good right there. I feel good about that. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. So next I'm gonna go ahead and call this realtor. Now remember, slippery slope here. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Slippery slope with the realtors, but I'm having faith, you know what I'm saying? Guided by God's grace as always. So that being said, I can never stifle myself, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be able to just go right through with it. So this person right here that I'm gonna call is a realtor here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's see. Just gotta keep the faith right now, that's it. So I feel like everything is gonna be straight, to be real with you. So hey Siri, set an alarm or set a reminder for Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. to call at 11 a.m. Siri didn't understand it. Hey Siri, set a reminder for Wednesday at 11 a.m. to call. Alright, bet. So we're good. That's the 7th. That's awesome right there. I'm feeling pretty happy about that. You feel me? So awesome right there. Now what we have to do is go ahead and I love having Siri. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I be liking to talk to her. Like when I'm just right here chilling, like I feel like I'll be working with Siri. Like me and Siri be on the same level. Like I'll be like, hey Siri, what's on the menu for the day? And she tell me everything I gotta do. All right, let me call this realtor, man. The biggest thing when you're talking to realtors, like I told you guys, is to be yourself. It's the same thing as far as when I talked to the realtor a couple weeks ago, or last week, or whenever that was. Only difference being is that I'm looking to sell this realtor something versus looking to buy from their client. It's the only difference. But either way, be yourself and always use, we have this deal. We have this deal. Never forget that we have this deal. We have this, I might say, you know, we have a deal. Like that's what I said, we have a deal, especially when you're talking to realtors. Like with the person that I called earlier, the actual buyer, it was different. Like I might have said property. I'm pretty sure I did say property. But when you're speaking to realtors, say deal, because you don't know who they are. Most people don't even trip about property or deal. But when you're speaking to realtors, just always lean towards we have this deal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off right now. I was thinking, like, you know, I could have been doing this. I could have been recording my process for so many years, but to be truthful, like, I can't even say that because I wasn't as comfortable as I am now. Like, now I'm more natural on camera, and I'm also way more natural when I'm on the phone. Like, so it's just way different. So now is always the perfect time. Can't look back and feel no ways about, you know, what was when we focus on what is. You feel me? All right, I'm gonna call it right now. And when I leave a voicemail, that was what has to.
Hi, I'm unable to take your call at the moment. Please feel free to either leave a message or send a text, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you. The mailbox is full. I cannot.
Well, there's that. So I'll go ahead and send a text real quick. So with this text message, I'm gonna go ahead and record it for you guys so you can see what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this little text. So you'll see what I'm saying. Hey, Liz. Kept it very basic. When dealing with the realtor, I just kept it like way more basic than even with the actual owner of the property. So I'm not gonna be able to show you guys because YouTube don't want me to show like the actual like information. They get weird when I show numbers and stuff like that. So I'm just trying not to show you the actual person name or their numbers. I'm trying to bleep all of that stuff out because I don't want them to be on that little weird stuff. So anyway, that being said, just shot that over so you guys see what's happening right now. Got that set up for Wednesday. As of now, that's about it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get back to cold calling. That process is gritty, dirty work. Remember, dirty work, but hands still be clean, but it's very dirty, very dirty. So with that dirty work, I'm about to go ahead and just no evidence needed for that. Man, what's going on, steppers? So check this out, bro. First off, you see how I'm rocking today. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got the heart wearing the heart. We got the red pants, and you know, God bless America. Yeah, I'm saying God bless America. Hold up. God bless America. Ah! Yes, indeed. All right, anyway, today's an exciting day. So first off, I'm about to like slow down on how often I update these because like I'm having so much footage. Like I'm on my third SIM card. It's a lot going on. I'm gonna start doing it like every so often. Like it doesn't need to happen every single day. But that being said, today, excuse me, is the following day. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the scoop, the 411 about what's going on out here. So first off, yesterday, as far as that property, I told you guys I was literally like motivated to get it sold. So this is what happened. Excuse me. I just had a watermelon. Watermelons make me burp for some reason. I don't know. So I was motivated to get that property sold yesterday. I spoke to a few people. You know what I'm saying? You heard what my guy Chris said as far as the price. Haven't heard back from some buyers that get back to me like this when they're interested in a property. I'm gonna keep my hat on. Today I'm about to be rocking the hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be rocking the God Bless America vibes. Anyway, so I was in a situation where I'm like, all right, it's kind of looking wild. So I'm not about to just wait for these people to get back to me, right? Chris doing his thing, get it sold, that's great. But I didn't want to let, just wait for the other buyers that I called, on camera for them to get back to me. So I ended up reaching out a little bit further, doing some research as far as, people that bought in nearby areas, so not just that specific area, but other areas in the city. So I found a buyer who bought a 2-family not too far from my property, actually in the same zip code, just in a different appraisal area. Long story short, I had his number locked in. I've talked to him before. It was about 3 years ago, back in 2020, the last time we spoke. So he actually ended up remembering my voice, or I think he had my number saved or something like that. He's like, man, we spoke before. I'm like, yeah, a couple of years back. He's like, yeah, I think I remember. So long story short, bruh ended up saying, like, I don't like the property. He flat out just told me, I don't want to sound, he was like, I don't want to sound negative, but I don't like the property. I think that the rents, you're not going to get rents for that in the area. It's a busy street. He basically named all the reasons why he doesn't like the property. He said for him, it'll work around 100 to 110,000. 110,000 is pushing it. You know, I was trying to get 100 and I put it out there to 128. I got it at 117.5. So it was like, it was over. So at first I told him I sent him over the actual pictures of the property, but then I told him, like, never mind, you know, let's just figure something else out. Because he ended up telling me he has a partner, and his partner, they basically looking to buy everything as far as vacant land. That's the biggest thing, right? They buy vacant land in addition to houses and other things like that. But the biggest factor was that they're buying vacant land because they're focusing on new home builds. So another thing, you know, when I contact any buyer, I make sure that they're vetted, right? So I make sure that they not only just bought one property, they bought a few properties. Because you buy one property, that means you could be a beginning investor, which is cool, but it's also a difference as far as how quick you're going to close and how solid you are with your numbers. So it's not that it's a bad thing. And one other thing too, as a wholesaler, your clients are more so the buyers than the sellers, right? But even with the buyers, you still gotta stand your own, you know, feet. You gotta stand solid on what you mean as far as how much you're looking to get paid for their property. So this being said, speaking with him, he was like, man, look, just get at me when you got any vacant properties, any and also, like, he looking for big multi-families as well. So, and also single family, basically just looking for a whole bunch of property. He said the biggest thing for him is not the price of the property. Right now he got a partner, you know, they funding everything. But the biggest thing for him is the return. So can you get a return on it, right? So once he said that, you know, like I said, I told him, like, all right, never mind, I'm not going to send you over the pictures. You know, let's stay in contact or whatever. I'll contact you when I come across something that matches your criteria is what I said. So that's how the conversation ended. Great conversation, about 10, 11 minutes. You know, when I get in my bag, like when I really get in my bag, I like to walk around and talk on the phone. Like, you got to understand, like, I told you guys I might have ADHD. Like, I literally just walk around and talk. Like, that's what I'm really in my bag. So anyway, I was walking around talking on the phone. So another thing that happened is, once that happened, I was like, no, I'm getting this property sold today. Like, I was like, I'm getting this property sold today. I really meant that. So this being said, I did something that I haven't done since I first started wholesaling, right? And this is, I actually contacted We Buy Houses, right? But I didn't just do that. I contacted the WeBuyHouses.com people, like a bunch of them, but in different cities. So if you guys remember a couple weeks ago or whatever, I talked to you guys about how I'm really aiming to get other investors, like in bigger markets, to invest in Cincinnati, because to them, you know, the prices aren't the same. Like, the prices just aren't the same as far as, you know, Arizona and New York and Florida. Those prices look way different for a 2-family versus in Cincinnati, Ohio. So this being said, this is what happened. So the first person got back to me really quick. They were from Idaho, buys houses all over the actual, you know, U.S. or whatever. So their main thing, they was, you know, giving me the whole look questions, and they were decent on the phone. Like, you can tell they were reading the script or like something like that. Like, they just wasn't that polished, but at the same time, I didn't, you know, really judge. I'm there for the experience and seeing if they got a buyer or whatever. So I'm just listening to them. Long story short, me and this guy talked for about 10 minutes. Gets to the bottom of it. I told him my price, and I bumped up the price more because, you know, you're working with these We Buy Houses people, they're wholesalers as well. So you want to bump up that price a little bit higher. So long story short, I did 135 for them. They was like, yeah, we can't do 135. We'll be losing money. I said, okay, cool. And he was like, well, let me know if something changes. I said, okay, well, let me know if you want to come back with an offer. So we left it at that. Another guy calls me. This guy was from New York. And it was like leavethekey.com or something like that. So this dude, flat out, I was like, yeah, I'm wholesaling property. He said, oh, wholesaler? We don't work with wholesalers. He said, why would I help you out? I'm like, what? Help me out? Like, you really need to help me out. Like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, whatever. So this being said, bro says, like, why would I help you out? Or something like that. So I was like, okay, well, cool. He's like, yeah, we just got one directly from the seller in Kentucky, and we sold that really quick, but that was directly to the seller. I'm not going to help another wholesaler out. So I was like, all right, man, like, cool. He was like, what, did you just starting a business or something? I was like, nah, I've been in it for a while. He was like, oh, so what are you doing? I was like, all right, man, like, cool, like, bye, basically. So I just kind of like, all right, have a good one. So that's basically it. Clicked on him. That phone conversation was like a minute, 2 minutes at most. So that was that kind of, to be real with you, like it kind of made me feel away, but like I knew what I was doing as far as putting myself out there in a different realm. Cause some people, they don't know, they just, like I said, this wholesaling business is cutthroat. Like at the end of the day, everybody that I submitted that property to, they could be calling the seller right now and talking about, you know, blah, blah, blah. So then with the other guy, it dawned on me, cause like I liked his vibe way more than the second guy that called. So I was like, well, hey, I texted him like, hey, would you do a 50-50 split? So he was like, let me see if I'm right. Maybe I should go this way. Anyway, so he says, he said, yeah, I will. What are the numbers? So when he says, what are the numbers? He basically means like, where did I get the property at? Like, what price did I get it at? So I was debating in my head, like, should I tell him? Because once you tell somebody what you got the price at, then they can really go back to the seller like, hey, I know you sold it to this person at 117.5. I can do this and close fast, whatever, right? So I was debating if I should do it. Then he calls me. He calls me and like, hey, yeah, man, so we can do the 50-50 split. Like, what are the numbers, basically? So I told him, like, you know what? I thought about it in my head, and I really felt it. I was like, I need to try something. I need to try something different. Like, I wanted to get the soul. I need to try something. Lead with grace, right? Guided with God's grace. So this being said, I ended up doing it. I sent him I told him like 117.5 is what we got it at. He was like, yeah, bro, I still can't make anything work. There's not really that much equity there. We can do this though. Can you get the seller on a 3-way so we can do a financing? So I was like, we talking like a land contract? He was like, well, you know, we can I can have some investors, you know, put some money down and then do monthly payments. So yeah, it's a land contract. He didn't say the terminology, but it's a land contract. So he's like, it's a seller financing thing. You know, I can have the sellers I can have my buyers put some money down. He's like, but the only way that'll work is if you do a 3-way on the phone. So at this time, you know, I got to play him close because I just gave him the information. So I just told him I'd get back to him. I was like, man, give me a couple of days. I got a partner on it. So just give me a couple of days and I'll get back to you. So that's just how that worked. I left it like that. But so the good thing about that is I was like, all right, that's dope. You know, another seller financing person. Just as far as the connections, right? So the last person was these people from Arizona, and they were more solid, right? So I told them I was wholesaling the property. So, oh, cool, man. Yeah, we work with wholesalers. So I told them about the property, sent them over the pictures and all that. So they said they'd get back to me, I believe today, with the offer. So I spoke to somebody. I forgot their name. Cool dude, though. Actually, I remember his name, but it doesn't really matter if I say it. But he was a cool dude. And then a few other people from California and Florida. California said that they don't buy anywhere else. That those people. Then another person from Florida texted me this morning saying they check it out. Thanks for submitting it. And another person from Homelight, and I guess that's like investors and realtors or whatever. They was like, yeah, we don't have any investors in that area. All right. So what did I learn from that experience? Because I haven't done that literally since I first got in the business. I have not messed with that because there was a few people like here in the Cincinnati area, like these Ohio cash buyers was one person I used to always send properties to, and another guy, which was actually Chris. That's how we met. I sent them over a property, and then that's how we ended up just chopping it up and talking because he actually helped more with the deal as far as giving me game and stuff like that. So this being said, my main thing as far as what I learned with all of that is the relationship factor. So I took it away because I went to sleep last night. I just was kind of like, I really was like, I firmly wanted to get it sold yesterday, but it didn't happen. So I was like, counting my feelings, whatever. Went to sleep early, whatever. So, like, whatever. Met with the real estate firm that I'm gonna be working with out in Dubai. I met with them this morning as well, at like around 7:30 in the morning. Just chopped it up, talking about moving and what the expenses and everything looks like as far as moving, where I'll live at, what I'll be driving. All of the minor details, what to expect as far as the grind and all that, you know what I'm saying? But we know the grind, we are the grind. So that being said, but I feel like, I want stuff to come to me easy, of course. I just want to get in flow where it's coming easily and effortlessly, but at the same time, you gotta meet the universe halfway. So I'm a big stepper, I always do that. Let's get to it. What did I learn from all of this experience? So what I learned is the biggest thing was relationships. So I took it like, all right, 2 relationships that really came as a result of me pushing this deal out. Granted, I still have a deal under contract, so I'll still be pushing it out, but not as actively as I was yesterday because I put a lot of energy into that yesterday, and I just was like, nah. Like, it's just, when it's not going, it's whatever. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. This isn't going to work. So when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's what I just realized. But one big thing that I realized as far as the relationships is that I wouldn't have come across any of those relationships. When I say any of them, I'm speaking specifically with the one buyer here in Cincinnati who was buying, land and multifamily, whatever. Buying a lot. This dude been buying a lot for a long time, but he just said he got a new partner, and that's when they going into new construction, all kind of different stuff. So I'm really excited that I was able to, you know, make that little solid connection. Then the next one was the seller financing guy out in Idaho. Solid dude. Regardless of what, I feel like it's great for me to have another person that has seller finance connections. They buy property nationwide. You know how that goes. Anybody say that, but at the same time, there's some other people that, you know, have some properties in another state, in Arkansas specifically, another seller I was speaking to. So just having that right there, it's like, okay, I can mess around and blah, blah, blah. So either way, having that connection with somebody saying they buy nationwide, you never know where that can lead to. Like that can lead to a lot of places. So I'm really excited I made that connection. And then the third one was the Arizona people. And we'll see what happens, but they seemed more polished per se. Like more like, out of all the three, well, all the people I spoke with as far as the We Buy Houses people, they seem more like a company. The Idaho guy seemed more like a person. And he said he has his own, like I got my own crew. I got my crew nationwide. You know what I'm saying? But you never know how things go. But I can say with those people, it just seemed more like fluid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just my feelings about it. So either way, I would have made none of those connections if I did not just decide to take a little risk and just do something that I hadn't done before. So that's my like main suggestion really, is do something you haven't done before. All right, so now I've been talked your head off. I'm about to go ahead and follow up with this other guy again. I'm gonna follow up with bruh and just see what's popping as far as that one house. Oh, got people calling me. Oh. That one house that I was telling y'all about. I spoke to him. I called him yesterday and he didn't answer. Oh, excuse me. Where's it at? Y'all know who I'm talking about too. Don't act like y'all know who I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's the one right here. Yeah. All right, I'm about to go ahead and give him a call. I called him yesterday at 10:26 a.m. All right, it's 1 o'clock now, so it's a little later in the day. Got a funny text. I'm going out of town this weekend. My little brother just texted, are we going out of town this weekend? We've been talking about it forever. Alright, hold up, let me make this call.
Four is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages.
Alright, so that's another one. I'm gonna have to just leave it on ice. Whatever, y'all. I'll leave it on ice. So, like I said, this pretty much will be it today. I'm gonna be going out, taking a little walk. Gotta get out the house, gotta walk around, gotta spread my wings. Gotta fly. So I'm gonna spread my wings today, and I'll keep you guys updated. And like I said, I'm gonna have to slow down on doing it every day because it's just a lot of footage. So I'll just do more like I just did as far as giving you guys actual updates versus trying to film everything. Gotta slow down a little bit. So I'm excited. I realized, like I said, I had like 2 hours of footage and it's supposed to be like the first episode. So I'm gonna have to break that first episode down like into 2 pieces. We'll see how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna get the editing and stuff. Goal is to have it posted up this weekend. So y'all don't even know what this weekend is, do y'all? That's funny. Alright, that's why I say you always gotta go ahead a few weeks. You gotta let this separate this from your life just as much as possible. Whatever. Until next time, as always, God bless America. Okay, I know what I said. This was intended to be only a one video, a one video day, but ended up having a callback that's pretty important. So this callback, the person has a 2-family in a like C- area side of town. But it's a brick 2-family, does not have off-street parking. However, he recommended that I go see the property. The tenant just left, moved out of state. So he said I can go see the property. I just have to contact their property manager. I can go see it pretty much anytime the property manager is available. Ideally, I like to see the second unit as well, but that still has a tenant, but it also has an upstairs, so it has a 3rd floor. This 3rd floor, you possibly have 2 more bedrooms upstairs. So the bottom one unit is a 1-bedroom, but the 3rd floor of the second unit has, he said, 2 bedrooms and then maybe 2 more bedrooms upstairs, but he doesn't really know. So that being said, I like to see that second unit as well, but I want to just show you guys how I talk with them because I'm not going to push it. The thing about this one is I can give an idea as far as how much, we'll offer, but the idea is like if it's a, obviously if it's a 2-bed versus a 4-bed, it's like a major difference. The guy owns a lot of property. He doesn't remember his project manager, or his property manager is the one who actually handles, the property itself. So this being said, I'm gonna ask the property manager, if they can give me more details about it, that'll be better as far as, what to expect as far as that second unit. If we aren't able to see it, at least I know that it's a, a 2-bed or a 3-bed or a 4-bed, because that's a major difference as far as price range. So just framing it like, hey, help us give you the best offer type of thing. So ideally I can see the property tomorrow around noon. I got the other call back tomorrow too for that one guy. So I can see the property tomorrow like around between noon and 1. Yeah, between noon and 1 I can see it. So let me see what they got available. Call in now.
I invite you to leave your name, phone number, and a message, and I will return your call at my earliest convenience. Thank you, and please have a prosperous day.
This is D'Angelo. I spoke with earlier today regarding our interest in purchasing the property on 921 Elberon. He did explain to me that you were the property manager, so I could set up a walkthrough with you to see the vacant unit, and also I'd like to get some more details about the second unit as far as the bedrooms. He wasn't sure if there was 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms for that second unit. So if you could just give me a call back so we can get more details about the property and schedule a walkthrough, that would be appreciated. Ideally, we can do it sometime tomorrow or the following day, being that Thursday. My number is 5138. I'll be available before 8 p.m. tonight. Thanks again for your time and have a great evening. One thing I want to let you guys know, when you're dealing with situations like this, you don't want to be too available, right? You don't want to say, because ideally I can answer the phone anytime and schedule it, right? I can do that anytime. But you want to not seem too available. That's just one thing. Like, even when I was contacting these people yesterday, they were calling me like, hey, I'm available until 10 p.m. tonight. Like calm down, bro. But at the same time, that's somebody that's like actively looking to sell your property. So it's kind of like a little bit different. But ideally, you don't want to be too available when it comes to a situation like this. You want to let it just develop naturally. So if she calls me back before 8 p.m., I'll keep you guys posted, whether it be tonight or tomorrow. But if she calls me back tomorrow morning, literally no sweat on my book. Like, I'll be like, all right, cool. Like, that's what's up. All right, just want to keep you updated on that one. Haven't heard anything else about the other properties. So, actually, the Florida people called me back and they said they only purchased in Florida. That was the only thing I heard about that one. And I got the other call with that guy at 11 a.m. to go ahead and set up a walkthrough, and it's on the same side of town as this property as well. So ideally, if I can get them set up around the same time, maybe on that Thursday, that'll be perfect. We'll see though. Keep you guys posted. As always, you know what to do. Hello. Hello?
Hey, D'Angelo, it's Hector. How are you?
Hey, Hector, how's it going? Doing well.
Hey, going well. And I think I was just reaching back out there about Vine Street on Cincy.
Yes, sir.
So I did have the team look over it there, and with everything from the walkthrough that you sent over, I just wanted to ask a quick question for you. You said the current owner now is he's putting the thing back in. I'm not sure if I heard in the video right, or because I think he said something about flooring as well. Or what was that about?
Yeah, he was updating the flooring. But he was stopping, like that's what he was going to do, but that's what I'm saying, he stopped it.
Okay.
Right, so
he's stopping now and just leaving it as is?
Exactly, stopping now, leaving it as is. He said he was going to be doing some work at the property, but the idea was for him to stop and leave it as is, so I can't confirm if he went ahead and did it or not.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then, of course, this would be as is, right?
Right. And except that roof that you guys saw, like the roof piece in the back and that gutter, that's going to be fixed.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. I'm sorry, I know you mentioned that part. All right. So, yeah, because that's the questions that they had. So let me just make sure I get that over to them if that's fine. Yeah, because it did come back with me here with a number here. So normally we do go ahead and cover all closing costs and everything when it comes to our offers. So, and everything's worked with title company. Not sure how you guys would work it here, but they were actually coming here at $112,550.
Gotcha. What's the stipulations on the 112? Like, do you guys have you guys don't have an inspection period or anything like that?
So, well, normally we would, just to go and just confirm everything you went ahead and told us is about accurate there. Of course, being as is, you don't expect to go back and change things like that. But just to make sure that everything, what you told us and everything like that is basically accurate.
Gotcha.
I have to go and check in just how long that would be.
Right.
But yeah.
Gotcha. That was my next question. How long? Yeah. So I can speak with my partner about it, but I mean, I don't really think the 112. You said 112.5. Is that what you said?
Yep, that's right.
112.5. Right. Gotcha. I mean, yeah. I don't think that'll work.
Okay.
I have my. Hold on. Let me phone my guy real quick. Let me get him real quick. He's right here. One second. So this is the people from Arizona. They're offering 112.5. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, bro. So for us, that literally won't work at all. The lowest that we would be able to go is 125.
Okay, so is that also so it's making sure I heard right. So are you saying 120 and then 5? Or
Yeah.
is it 125?
No, yeah, 120,500.
Okay. So, because what I can do is I can go ahead and hit my underwriting team back with that and see if they can make something like that work or if they're able to raise that at all. So give me just a few moments here. So what I'll do is I'll just give you a quick call back and see if they're able to do that. So you're going to be available next couple minutes or so?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so let me go and do that really quick here. I'm trying to catch up before they leave for the day. So let me go and see if I can get them working on that here, okay?
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, of course. All right, talk to you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
So remember, I got it at 117.5. I mean, if they come in at 125 like that, 120.5, that'll be a good number from the standpoint of them. Excuse me. And one thing, when you're dealing with wholesalers, like, you ideally don't want to, do no inspection period. So with them, like, you guys just, take a look at it before we do the whole signing of contract. Like, just go take a look at it, like, because I just personally don't like the idea of it. Even though with this property, I am more willing. Like, I'm more willing because there's literally nobody else in the freaking, that's about to buy it. So I'm more willing to go ahead and just say, here, have a 3-day inspection, have a 2-day inspection. 2 days, I'll sign it for 2 days. I would do that. Like, I would do that 2-day inspection. So we'll see what they say back. They're going to give me a call back. You know how the game is played. The same way I just did it right there. They think I'll just call somebody. Boom, they're about to do it right back. Boom. So that'll be what? 3,000. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll put it back on. We'll see.